Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Darkwell Algo again, and let's just go ahead and review last week's futures trades. I'm starting to dig this weekly series, and I want to start getting into maybe doing some daily ones. Just still kind of on the fence about it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna look at how futures performed in this last week, and maybe look at some potential setups for the upcoming week. Might wait till tomorrow afternoon to do that video. But looking at this last week's futures, I put a nice little white line there so that we can kind of really just see, the flow of things. So going into last week, we had came down, we had held. So from this low to this high, we retraced, held the 50%, tapped the the 382. And we were moving back up towards, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We came into Friday of the week before on a high. Now we had said, all right, so this move is still valid. Well, going into Monday, right? Going into Monday, we kind of had, sorry about that, kind of had the same day as a Friday where we closed, at the 618. So this move is still valid. It's just retracing. Tuesday was a nice down day. We held the 50% from this low to this high. We held the 50% of that, dipped down in, and came through the 382 back towards the longer term uptrend. Nothing to worry about there because we did close above the 50% retracement and the 618 from this previous longer term. Now, that says, okay, we hit some highs, cooling off a little bit, maybe continuation up. All right, Monday, Tuesday, going into Wednesday, up day, we closed on the highs. We did hold the 50% retrace of this current move, dipped down below the 382, but we didn't close below it, right? And we came back down and retested this 50% retracement of this move here, right? So we up, okay, we've got support and can't really quite get through. Let's test support again, support hold. So now we, going into Thursday, big up day, right? We actually hit the 127 from this low to this high. And, technically that move could be considered over. So I wasn't really anticipating a whole lot on Friday. We did make a new high on Friday, but we immediately closed on the lows, which is at the 127. Now, there is a term for this type of candle. I call it a sword, because usually what I see with the sword, like this one here, right, is anytime you see this sword type candle, I call it a trend killer. So if we're in an uptrend and we see that, then it kind of kills the trend. So going into next week, I'm not super bullish on this retest holding and continuation up to hit the 167. We did blow through the 1414 of this move. So I'm just going to go ahead and consider this move over. So we'll remove that guy. I'm going to maintain the retracements because these will be downside targets. First target, second target, third target. Hold below that, then we start looking lower down. Now, if this is the top of this last week's uptrend, we can do a retracement to see where some potential support would be. Right, looks like a previous 50% retracement would be previous highs. There's some liquidity right in this area as well. Let's bring this down to the 4-hour chart and get a really pretty good look at the move. All right, I put the white line in to indicate, end of the week, which would be, that's so Sunday, so that's technically the start of the week right there. Okay, right. Sold off, right? With this bar here closing below the 50%, I'd be looking for one of these bars to close below the 382. So going into Wednesday, I would have been a little bit more bearish than what ended up happening, but I believe Nvidia had earnings on Wednesday, and it just set the market up. All right, nice up move, no real retraces, right? till we hit this high, right? Nice doji. I would call that a 4-hour doji, and then we continue to come down. Now we do have some support right at 92, but other than that, I would anticipate a retracement to at least 60, 41. I'd start getting a little, seeing if there's a lot of orders in this area. I mean, keep in mind we can come all the way down to 21, and if we close below the below 21, then this uptrend is technically invalidated. Until then, it's a retracement. Do we just launch from here? I don't think that this is accumulation. I think that maybe there needs to be a little bit more of profit taking in this area before we come down. And then if we were to run an extension from that, so we hit the 127, I'm not going to consider that move done until we get up till we tap the 149.50, right? If we tap that, then I'll go ahead and take that line off. Now if we're looking for shorter term moves, I like to use the extension. I usually a little different than some people, right? Some people wait till we come back to a retrace and that gives you the extension. I just draw it on there like this. So shorter term moves, right? 68. We do have a lot of symmetry right here at 88, where my 1414 lines up with a longer term 161. So maybe this is the ultimate target that we get to before we start a downtrend, right? But the move would be something along the lines of this. I don't have a 3-leg tool in this. That sucks. But so we move up, a little retracement, right, into more buying, and then a move up to 49.68, ultimately 91. I don't know if that's going to take place this week, right? But possibly could hit by Friday. All right. Next up on the list is NQ. I did not put my line in, so let me go ahead and do that. Oh, cancel. And it's this one. Right in here somewhere. Right in there. So, obviously 5 days in a week. Move up, retrace. Completed this move up, retrace, right? This is the current move, longer term move that we're working on. On the daily, move up, retrace held, couldn't make it, could be a step down. Now if we were looking for the third step down, 1, 2, 3, right? This right here would have probably invalidated it. So on this move here, we closed above the 382, so this uptrend is still valid, in my opinion. This move down, we closed below the 50%, right? We closed above the 382, so we have a little bit of hope. So this is going Monday, Sunday, Monday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Big move up. Earnings may have helped that out a little bit. So looking at, again, if we were to look at a retracement from the current low to last week's high, right? Let me just remove that. I did it backwards. 618 level is right in the 1750. All right, let's just go 618. 41 to 49. First support, coming down to 50%. We've got a little bit more symmetry in this 57.46 area, which would be a 50% retrace or 618 retracement of this existing longer term move. Okay, we do come down, find some support here, again moving up. Let's bring it down to the 4-hour. If we can get a look at how things went, right? Sunday overnight, Monday, Sunday overnight, move down, move down, move down. 1, 2, 3 step down, possible move up, indecision throughout Friday, ended up on the low side, ended up on the lows, right? Closed on the lows. So like I said, if this is a retracement, I'm going to look for support at 41.49 is a 618 symmetry. And then we have a longer term, right? This original move here that price pretty much blew through. I do like a 50% move down. So let's look at support right around 55. Well, let's just say 46 to 58 would be support for potential move up. If we do move up, we're going to do a move possibly like this. So if we got any symmetry going on here. All right, so we've got 127 cluster at 354 to 350 or 366. That could be the first move. Again, down to support, move up. Okay, I don't think we're just gonna blast off from here. So, yeah. Down and up and down, and up and down, and back up. So if we remove this because that retracement got blown through, which is that retracement there, kind of cleans it up a little bit for us because this is actually a downside move. I think we've got quite a bit of accumulation in this area here. So we've got some pretty good accumulation here. Right. Price comes up, couldn't get through, 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 finally got through, retested for support, came up, no support there. Right, kind of blasted through it again, a little indecision, came up, hit some resistance from this liquidity area, sold off, found a little support there, right, a little accumulation, bears took control, right, and came back through. All right, next up on the list is the YM. Trying to make these a little bit quicker. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, support came through, support held. All right, last week's move tapped out, so it's invalidated. We actually hit 127 from this move, so both of those moves are kind of invalidated. But if we're going along the same premise as the last ones, all right, downside move to support, nice move up. If this is a retracement for this week, we could look at potentially something in those lines where 50% would be previous highs, right? Retrace down to here for a continuation move up, 4 hour. I don't really trade this, so I'm not building for myself right now. I guess is the easiest way to say it. Alright, so low to high, back down to low, look for any symmetry. Looks like the ultimate target's going to be 693, this area here. So if we retrace, this is a lot of stuff to get through to get back down here for a move up. I would potentially get some accumulation in here. Like we did tap the 1618 of this, so we can remove that. 127, we hit it. If we wanted to remove that, that would take away our additional symmetry there. All right, next up is the Russell. All right, interesting Wu pattern released. Going into last week, we've got support held, potential uptrend starting. I think that we may get a move. We may get a move on this. Big support area here at 1978, 79. Big down move to an up move last, or the week before. Sold off, sold off, sold off, down into support. So let's clear this guy out. So let's see. So sold off, right? Through the 618. Closed at the 50%, right? Opened, dipped back down to the 382. Didn't close it below it, so this trend is not invalidated. And now we're either going to retrace up and continue down. So let's see what that would look like in case. Right, kind of a measured up down move. So if this is an uptrend, we would consider an uptrend when we get a candle that closes at least 50% of the body above 2037.5, and then we would wait for a retrace for a continuation move up. If we don't get a close above that, then we would look for a downside move, probably testing 77, 79, 80 area, where there seems to be a lot of support. So I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on the old Russell here. Potentially look for some moves to retest 26, 27, 37, line in the sand. Above it, I think we're bullish. If we don't close above it, then I would look for extension move down here, but I can't draw the extension because I don't have the move yet. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on with gold. Let's see. All right, gold. Haven't really been updating the charts. Up and down, up and down. So going into the beginning of last week, we were on an uptrend. We needed to get through this, right? Megaphone pattern breakout. If this is the retracement, I don't like using single candles for retracements. So this gap's been filled. All right, so from this high to this low, down move, retrace, extend it out. All right, so we can get rid of this extension. We do have this area at 2050, which is a lot of fib levels, 618, 50% retracement. Same thing with the Russell. We need to get above just do this. Oh, dang it. It's the low. Alright, so the candle did close above it, so this is an uptrend. I just don't like using single days. So if we were to do that, potential move back down to 31. Or a continuation up. So I need a little bit more data here from gold to really feel comfortable in a move up or down. Okay. All right, crude accumulation. That's what I see. Move up, retrace, couldn't break it. Retrace, couldn't break it. Close on the lows. Looks like there's a pretty good support level. 76.33, right? These are still support levels from this move up. Or if we do a continuation, it would be from this low to, I'm going to say that high, actually. So if we do go up, well, 80, 81. I would like it to come back down because everybody likes lower gas prices. All right, bonds. Kind of following what we'd wanted. All right, rejected the move up, continuation move out. Let's see. High to low, right? Retraced, hit the 50% retracement, continued down, and then tapped the 127 from this 2-day move down, right? And then now we're working our way back up. If bonds go up, usually the market goes down. So they're kind of inverse of each other. The 382 is not invalidated. Let me get this so y'all can see. All right, so from this move to what was this move, let's just activate that. Did this. All right, came down, we retraced, we closed a candle above the 50%, but not more than 50% of this candle is above the 382, so this downtrend technically could still be valid. Monday will definitely set the tone. If we get a close above, then sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm really going to have to wait to see if bonds continue to possibly retrace this current move here. We would like bonds to stay down if we want the market to continue to move up. So yeah. All right, and then next is little known one that I like to track is the Japanese yen. It's typically, if it's down, it's a dollar strong. Yeah, so let's just see. Move down, retrace 618. So low, high to low, retrace it 1618. I would anticipate a move down to the 127, which is previous low area. This area here. Right in here. Which would be good for the dollar. All right, that's it. I'm trying to keep these videos shorter, so I think I may just run through fib levels for the top 4 and then just overall structure for the bottom 4. Rule of thumb is crude down, bonds down, and the yen down typically will help the market go up. And then the inverse of that, if these guys are up, then these guys will typically come down. The Russell is pretty interesting to me, considering what the rest of. Sorry, I just need to fix this real quick. Considering what the rest of the market did late into the week, with Friday being a down day after a large day. So I'm going to keep an eye definitely on the Russell for this week. But more than likely, I see some retracements coming early in the week, maybe for a continuation on into downside moves into support early in the week, maybe some upside moves later in the week. That's about it. Thanks for joining me. I will see y'all later.